Wake up, wake up, wake up. How have you guys been? You don't normally see me. I gotta get to work, but I must share something with you. But before I share, I want to ask this question. How have life been treating you? Has it been out of control? Have you given up your ownership of your life? Or would you say you're receiving the fulfillments of life that our Creator has intended for us? By waking up every morning excited and filled with joy for a brand new day, showing expressions of love daily in your relationships, in your friendships, in your work, in your marriage, in your behavior, in your choices, with your kids, in your business, with your finances, and in your body. If you can't say that, here is the wake up call. Step number one, take the limits off. Some may say, what limits? Or I have no limits. The only way you can say that is if you know that we are spiritual beings only having an experience in the journey called life. They also know that we are created with an innate right to fulfillment, joy, health, and prosperity. So, is it possible that we have been holding ourselves back with limitations that were created during the journey of our past experience? Have life not been working well for you because, or not just you, but for us, because we have filled and blocked our paths with self-limitations? Let's see. When we was children, we dreamed to become that someone in an adult that will make a difference either or in this world, in this community, for our families, and you will notice here, for ourselves, I'm stating last, because many of us can agree that we have not been the priority. We have been driving, or not even driving, we've been driven by doing and being for someone or something else. Has your past held you back from moving forward? Because as we journey through life, we came into situations, experiences, circumstances that was planned and unplanned for. Some of us saw the desire to become, but did not know how to flow with the currents of life, unplanned outcomes between our dream and our vision. Some of our outcomes were good, fun, and exciting. That's when we was flowing with the current, moving through life knowing that all is well. However, when the journey of life takes us for a turn or causes us to swim against the current, that's when we pick up the weight of our emotions. That takes our energy, it blurs our vision, it hinders our spiritual powers, and it impedes on our ability to flow or move forward. The emotions of anger, frustration, disappointment, fear, grief, or shame has formed internal limitations of denial, drama, struggle, not being true to ourselves, self-sabotage, self-doubt, self-defeating thoughts of lack, while the external limitations can take form in toxic relationships, negative judgment, destructive criticism, invalidation, and physical and emotional abuse. Our life is the result of our choices. Where is your power of becoming who you were made perfectly to be? Are we stating our desires with limits? If I have this, then I will lose that. Or I can't because, or I have too much on my plate already. Have we allowed the emotional influence from our influences from our past to take and make decisions for us. How have this been working for you? Are you bound with limits? Are you free to make choices and decisions? Are you on the path that you can state what you want and create it? So I asked myself, since I got the wake up call, who or what has been driving my 5 big areas of my health, of my money, my love and relationships, my calling and career, and most of all, my connection to that which is greater. We have to reset, take the limits off, so we can be true to ourselves. The time is nigh. What are your limits that's holding you from pursuing the things that is your heart's desire? Not someone else's desire for you, loved ones, siblings, kids, jobs, or friends. What is your heart's desire? Knowing that all things is possible to those who believe, that which you thinketh, so shall you be. And did you know, and I know you do, or you heard, if not, that you can do all things through Christ Jesus? Or that is which is greater for you, that giveth strength and a sound mind. Not have me all over the place, but a sound mind. When you take the limits off and you trust the plans of your desire that is good and perfect for you, it's possible to be free to move forward, free to continue life's journey, and state the fulfillment your desire will bring to you and others. Because if your desire has meaning to you, it makes it important and easy to choose what's true for you. You have a choice, and you have to decide. If you're not willing to go after what you want, then stop wanting it and go after what's worth your time and energy. One thing a human being has is a choice. So wherever we are today in our life, remember, when you look in the mirror, it's because of a choice we've made. Here are 3 action steps to taking the limitations off of the spiritual being that lives inside of you. Release and restrict any limitations that causes resistance to you becoming who you were intended to be. Recalibrate your powers and reset back to the path of creating your reality. Reform and allow that resiliency of being free to be the co-creator of your destiny. Our life is the results of our choices. We must realize that we have the power to create our reality if we take the limits off. We are taking the action to reconnect our thoughts into our physical reality. So because I can't take action for you, I gave the wake-up call step number 1. Take the limits off. Now, I'm making a choice to decide to take action for myself with no limits by not waiting for the perfect moment. Instead, I'm taking responsibility in creating the perfect moment. I'm going to see myself beyond today. If I follow my passion, I'll find my purpose. I refuse to continuously be bound to the limits I have put on myself, whatever I felt it was or meant, my circumstances from my experiences bounding me to believe I couldn't have or I wouldn't be because I gave my personal power away. I decree and declare the spirit of limitations must flee. My freedom and the freedom of anyone who is watching to have freedom, be released to have freedom of thought, freedom of choice, freedom of being, and freedom of desire. That is perfect for me and those that's watching. I'm talking about the freedom to say no when it's convenient to say yes. Because anything I can't say no to, I'm bound to it. And I release myself from the limitations that cause me not to stand in my truth. I cannot take action for you, once again. But for me to be me, I must take the limits off to be free. Free to believe and hope again. See you later.